Hey, good morning. I'm getting ready to change my batteries out on my 2017 T-680. In the last video, if you remember, I changed out the fairing, fixed the fairing on the passenger side. This time I'm going to change the batteries out. Now, it's a quick removal of the battery step. You just got these 3 bolts, or the 3 holes, 1, 2, 3, top step and bottom step. And I have the 3 bolts. I put them in my back of my car, waiting for the, to put them on or to replace the step. And you can see the corresponding holes on the steps here. Remove those 6 holes, 6 bolts, steps come right off. These bolts that I removed from here are 7/16, it's an 11/16 ratchet. That's what these holes are. So you're going to need an 11/16 socket. You're going to need, I think this is 9/16. That's for the battery post, which is here. All right, these are 9/16. And these posts for the support bar, these are 1/2 inch. All right, so you get all that together, you'll have all the things you need. You only need the 3 bolts, the 3 wrenches here for, here, there, and those. You can see back there, there's 3 of those. There's one in the middle, kind of up under, if you can see back in there, and then one on the far end. You got these posts that have to be removed, the tops of them. Make sure that what you're doing, you're taking things off and putting them back on the same way you put them off. You take them off. You don't have any problems. Basically, the ground's going this side with the 2 connectors here, one here, and the one here, and the 2 red ones in the back for the power. And I have an APU connected, so make sure you just reconnect everything the way you took them off, and that's it. So we're gonna get my wife coming to give me a hand. She's right on time. You can see removing these is not that hard. They're relatively easy to come loose, not hard at all. Now, these are, a guy, mechanic was working on them, told me that occasionally with the starting and stopping, starting your truck up, that these will work themselves loose. So you should keep an eye on these. If you ever have like a weak battery problem, maybe these are loose. They have to stay really tight. So anyway, that's just something that I picked up from this mechanic. I've got everything loose, and now I'm about to pull these out. Just try to remember what you got. If you've got an APU, you're more than likely going to have 3 black cables and 3 red cables, including possibly your inverter cable that you see hanging there. Just remember to put everything back on the way you took it off. And if you see any corrosion like I've got there, that's on the old batteries. Keep your wire brush handy, which got mine right there. We're going to clean all these connections to make sure when we put it back together, it's nice and purty. Alright, let's get these batteries out. Now you might notice they come with a handle, pretty much self-explanatory. If you can pry it up, you might have to get a screwdriver because it's been in there a little while. And get that up and pull them out. Alright. These handles do not want to come up. So you just got to manhandle them out, basically. Pull them out as best you can. Get them out, set them on the ground, and just, anyway, like I said, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Looks like you do in your car. You're going to pull them out, put it back in, brace them down, make sure the connections are the same. All right? I'll be back in a minute. Don't forget, when reinstalling the new batteries, make sure you leave the hole for your brace bracket, these things, to come back up through the bottom there. Make sure you leave them uncovered by the little cover piece there, because you'll have hell if you don't. These things, by the way, very hard to get out. They come with locking screws, and this piece on the bottom tends to wiggle as you're moving it out. You're going to get your hands way up under there, under your fairing piece, to brace them just in case you need to. Just be aware of it. It's a pain in the butt. One thing that you're going to need to remember those bars I was talking about that you pull out, that are there, you see inside there, they're going up, they're threaded, coming from the bottom down there. They come up from around, there's a bar down there, there's a horizontal bar. I'm not sure if the video's catching it or not, but you're going to have to make sure that U-bolt, the end of it, is over top of that. It'll make it a lot easier to tighten it, and it keeps the bar stable. As again, I said, I hope that you can see that there because I can't see the phone. But anyway, tighten up these 3 bolts. I've got everything back in, and now I'm getting ready to put the connections back together. Clean off all of my connections here with my wire brush. I even used some electronics. I don't know if this will really, it just kind of dries it up after I sprayed it and wiped it down really good. All the connecting ends, you know, there. And some WD-40. You always want that in hand for those stubborn bolts. All right, I've got everything back on, back in. I started it up. Everything's nice and tight. Cleaned up a little bit. I said now I'm just going to put everything back together. The fairing. I didn't show you taking this off, so I'm going to try to show you putting it back on as best I can. So these are the bolts that come out of there. So just lift the fairing up. It's really light. Just, you know, slide it back in place. Now I'm going to hold the phone with my mouth for a minute because it ain't going to look right. But anyway, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. And my helpers run back in the house, so I'm by myself. Like I said, it's just pretty easy. Just slide it back in place. Your holes line up. Pick one, you know, of your choice. Get back in there and then just, you know, tighten it back down. You may have to wiggle some stuff around a little bit, but pretty much that's it. It just sets back in place. And now you just tighten your bolts down, and you're good to go. Again, well, I'm going to finish putting everything back together. But I just wanted to show you this is how relatively easy that is. The biggest reason that I did this, and these are the tools that I needed, you know, you need something to protect your knees too, so I had some foam from the back of my car. The reason I did this is because you go to the truck stop, a battery is going to cost you $160 or $70. Now they'll give you the core charge off, which I'm going to take these back, you know, and get my $40 back per battery. This whole endeavor cost me $533. That's before the core charge, which I'll get that back. But if I'd have gone to the truck stop, because I've had this done before, trucked in a parking lot, broke down, couldn't start the truck. They came out, replaced all 4 batteries. It was $860. And I saved myself almost $400 doing this myself. It's not hard. It's simple tools. It takes time. Now, it's taking an hour and a half of my Saturday morning. But it's better than a road call. It's better than, you know, if you know you got a problem, you smell that rotten egg smell, get in there and check your batteries. If you got to change one, change it out. It's time consuming, but it'll save you the money. As an owner-operator, I mean, that's what we need to do. If you're an owner-operator, if you look to be one, you're going to learn a lot about how to run a truck. All right, listen, thanks, guys, for joining me. I hope you have a great Saturday. Truck 'em safe.